Love doesn't pause for anything, not even pregnancy. And today, we're taking you on an intimate, heartwarming journey into the romantic escape of Shen Yue and Dylan Wang. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our exclusive celebrity stories and behind-the-scenes looks at the stars you love. When news broke that Shen Yue was expecting, the internet was flooded with congratulations, warm wishes, and a collective sigh of joy from fans around the world. But what truly captivated hearts wasn't just the pregnancy, it was how in love she and Dylan Wang continued to be, showing us all that romance doesn't fade, even as new life blossoms. As cameras caught glimpses of their honeymoon getaway, one thing was clear: this wasn't just a celebration of their love, it was a promise of everything still to come. Their chosen destination? A picturesque coastal town tucked away from the usual paparazzi trails. Think sun-drenched mornings, gentle ocean breezes, and cobblestone streets that tell stories of timeless love. It was the perfect backdrop for a couple who'd once captured our hearts on screen, and are now writing a love story of their own in real life. We open with Shen Yue and Dylan strolling hand-in-hand along the beach. Her baby bump gently framed by a flowing sundress, his hand protectively resting on her back. No grand gestures. No staged smiles. Just two people, totally in sync, lost in their little world. Every glance, every touch, radiated the kind of affection that can't be faked. They stayed in a private villa, simple but elegant, with floor-to-ceiling windows that opened to a panoramic view of the ocean. Each morning, they watched the sunrise together, sipping fresh juices, whispering, laughing. These weren't the kinds of moments that end up on magazine covers, but the kind that built the foundation for a lifetime of togetherness. Even though Shen Yue was in the later stages of her pregnancy, she carried herself with effortless grace and light-hearted charm. Dylan was visibly attentive, always checking in, always making sure she was comfortable. He adjusted her sandals when they slipped off. He fetched water before she even asked. Every gesture spoke volumes. Their days were filled with simple joys. Exploring local markets, tasting exotic fruits, trying on handmade jewelry from friendly vendors who had no idea they were hosting two of Asia's most beloved stars. But perhaps the most touching part of it all was how genuinely connected they seemed, not to their fame, but to each other. In the evenings, they retreated to quiet restaurants by the sea, candlelit dinners with soft music and long conversations. Shen Yue often cradled her belly, while Dylan leaned in close, his eyes never straying far from her face. One bystander described the two as glowing. Not just Shen Yue, but both of them. Glowing from happiness, from anticipation, from a shared love that's only deepened with time. They took photos, but not for Instagram. These weren't curated posts or publicity shots. Just candid snapshots for personal memories. Shen Yue giggling mid-bite. Dylan caught in a moment of wonder as he gazed out at the waves. Their smiles were real, unscripted, and full of life. And yes, they danced. Not in a club, not at a party, but barefoot on the beach under the stars. There was no music, just the rhythm of the waves and the quiet laughter between them. Shen Yue rested her head against Dylan's chest, and he gently swayed with her, whispering something that made her laugh through tears. If love has a sound, it was in that moment. Fans have always adored their on-screen chemistry, but what we saw here was something deeper. A friendship that evolved into partnership. A bond tested by time, distance, pressure, and now strengthened by the journey of becoming parents. In one tender moment, captured quietly from a distance, Dylan knelt in the sand to speak to Shen Yue's belly. His hand rested gently on her stomach as he smiled and whispered, maybe telling their baby how excited he was to meet them, or maybe just saying I love you to the two people who now held his entire heart. They didn't post these moments. They didn't need to. But somehow, the world still felt them. Love like that has a way of echoing. Their honeymoon wasn't about luxury or extravagance, it was about presence. Being truly present with one another. And that might be the most romantic thing of all. They didn't let pregnancy pause the magic. They let it elevate it. Because real love isn't about perfect timing, it's about choosing each other, over and over, in every season of life. And right now, they're choosing each other more than ever. In quiet bookstores, Dylan helped Shen Yue reach high shelves, then read poetry aloud while she smiled and leaned on his shoulder. In quiet cafes, they shared pastries and giggles, with Dylan wiping crumbs from her lips like it was the most natural thing in the world. This was love, not just in grand gestures, but in the details. As the sun set on their final night, they sat side by side on a wooden bench overlooking the sea. No cameras. No press. Just the two of them, talking about the future. Their eyes sparkled, not with the excitement of fame, but with the anticipation of what's to come, late-night feedings, lullabies, first steps, and the adventure of parenthood. Together. What we're seeing is not just a celebrity honeymoon. It's the blossoming of a family. And while many may still remember them as the young lovers from their first drama together, they are so much more now. They are partners. They are parents-to-be. And they are proof that love only grows stronger when nurtured with kindness, patience, and unwavering support. Every relationship has its ups and downs. But the way Dylan held Shen Yue's hand as they navigated uneven trails, or how she leaned into his shoulder during a ferry ride, tells us everything we need to know. They are in this together. Not just now, but for the long haul. This honeymoon wasn't a pause from reality. It was a celebration of it. A declaration that love is not just alive, it's thriving. Even through swollen feet, hormonal mood swings, or unpredictable cravings, romance doesn't die. It simply evolves. It deepens. It becomes quieter, perhaps, but more profound. And that's the real takeaway from this glimpse into their trip. Romance doesn't need champagne or five-star suites. Sometimes, all it takes is a shared laugh, a sunset walk, and the silent promise to never stop choosing each other. So, here's to Shen Yue and Dylan Wang, not just for showing us what real love looks like, but for reminding us that love doesn't stop when life changes. It adapts. It grows. And in their case, it glows. If you felt even half the warmth we did from witnessing their honeymoon moments, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment sharing your favorite part, and of course, subscribe for more celebrity love stories, real-life romance, and everything in between. Because while fairy tales may end, real love stories like this? They're just getting started.